Hi, my name is Shane Cornish. I'm the commercial manager for Boutique Retreats. Boutique Retreats was formed about 10 years ago. We're a holiday letting agency that kind of concentrates on the luxury end of the market. So our client base are what we would consider to be AA guests or customers. These are managing directors, business leaders, high net worth individuals, people who are sort of used to traveling in the sort of boutique hotel industry, people who holiday sort of between 3 to 5 times a year, people where time is the kind of most important factor and the cost is not, so they're willing to kind of pay more to deliver a certain level of service. Okay, so looking at main sort of changes in the industry over the last 10 years that Boutique Retreats has been around, obviously the drive towards technology is greater than ever. So the mass majority of our customers and consumers now book directly through the website, through the app or online. They have minimal involvement with the office. It's now an 20% split in terms of who books online. What we've noted with the industry, mainly over the sort of last 5 to 8 years, is a lot more flexibility being introduced by some of the larger OTAs, the online travel agencies, that are bringing in sort of flexible changeover days and models. So they will offer 1 night, 2 night, 3 night stays at properties, where traditionally in this industry people have been looking for a week's holiday, a long weekend or a midweek break. But one of the main drivers for the changes within our business essentially is the kind of response to the consumer needs, really, that people are looking specifically for 2 night stays and 3 night stays a lot more, whereas websites, especially in our industry, would have kind of almost turned away people these days. What we're finding is that you have to kind of offer a flexible price model built regardless of the length of the stay. A couple of tips for keeping on top or keeping abreast of consumer trends, really. It is kind of common sense and a little bit old school, but you actually do have to speak to your guest. What we have found is that because 80 or 90% of our holidays are processed without human intervention, you can end up losing a lot of the old school information that you used to have by speaking to guests and getting that information. So what we have introduced is a lot more contact with our guests, not the autonomous contact that's kind of used to predict trends these days, which is kind of mapping their pathway through websites or taking their data, but by actually engaging guests both in correspondence with email and with phone calls, and actually just really talking to people and getting the feedback. Okay, so another tip really would be in terms of analytics and about how the data is crunched, really. One of the main things we found that's sort of driven the business to success is the level of reporting we've been able to kind of install. Now we track guest interactions at every level across our website. Now that's not just about the ability when they land on the website or what they search for, but it also shows the path in terms of what they do and do not want to look for. So we track people when they look for cottages, how long they spend on those pages, right down to the detail about why they leave the page, and then following that up with guest contact to find out what it was that kind of changed their mind about that product is a really fundamental choice, because you find real gems. My first contact with unlocking potential was when they were unlocking Cornish potential. That was about 14 years ago. I'm slightly biased because they actually got me my original job here, and I was kind of supported for the first year or nearly 2 years through the scheme. Both in kind of getting my placement, both at the kind of training level as well, as they helped me to facilitate training, and by supporting me in the office during my tenure. There are 3 other people in the organisation who've currently come through the scheme. So in total there's 4 of us here. It's been a really positive for us and our business. Definitely sort of say it was a really worthwhile venture for businesses to do, because essentially you end up taking some of the risk out of expansion plans or diversification or whatever you're actually planning to do, and you get to bring in some knowledge and some expertise, because this isn't the first placement they've done lots before, and the lessons that are learned at other businesses can be really valuable. I know one of the things we found that each placement we've done, it's got better, and the learning that we've acquired from the individuals has got better. So yeah, we've done 4 and we will do more.